Hi guys, so we are going to solve this easy problem from HackerRank called Counting Valleys. It's about a hiker that keeps records of their hikes. Every step taken by the hiker is either an uphill step or a downhill step. Every hike starts and ends at sea level. A step represents a 1 unit change in altitude. The goal of the problem here is for us to count the number of valleys walked through by the hiker. So one of the most important things when you are presented with a problem like this is understanding the problem. A lot of people find this difficult because problems can be tricky, but it's important to identify the goal of that problem. That's what will help you to understand what your solution is supposed to look like. It's also important to take note of variables and the terms or conditions defined in the problem because those things will guide you. Those things will guide you to your solution. So I'm going to identify a couple of variables here. We have the steps, the uphill, downhill, 1 unit change in altitude, which is basically what the steps represents. I'm also going to identify the sea level, and I'm going to highlight the goal of the problem. So this is the goal of the problem here, to count the number of valleys and count and print the number of valleys walked through by the hiker. They have defined what a valley is and they have defined what a mountain is, right? So they provided us with an example. I'll get to the example. In this example, we are presented with a path. A path is basically a list of steps or a list of steps taken by the hiker, right? So here we have 2 downhill, 4 uphills, and 2 downhills, right? I'm going to use a diagram to represent the solution of this problem. So let's say this is our sea level. So our sea level SL. So this is our sea level, right? So looking at the path, we can tell that the first step is a downhill step, and then followed by another downhill step, followed by 4 uphill steps. I'm going to explain how we'll solve this problem. So 4 uphill steps and then followed by 2 downhill steps, right? So at sea level, the level of our user, of our hiker, is 0. At sea level, the level of our hiker is 0. They took a downhill step. Remember, a step represents a unit change in altitude. Downhill will be a negative change in altitude. So one downhill step will be the level of our hiker minus 1. So they are basically going below sea